Hey everyone, Adam here. You may have noticed I haven't been doing a lot of video uploads lately. Once I got the table refinished in October, leagues were like in full bloom, and my wife was doing a league on Monday and Tuesday. I was doing a league on Wednesday and Thursday, and a lot of the times I would show up to her league and just grab a table and practice. So I was actually practicing Monday and Tuesday, playing a league on Wednesday, playing a league on Thursday, and taking a couple days off over the weekend to away from pool, so I wasn't playing on my table enough. However, I've been looking to get back into it and do some more. I've been doing some drills and things like that, and I've been doing a number of matches against the Ghost, and I thought maybe this would be a good idea to upload one. I did upload one a while ago. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. Uploaded it to Reddit. Some guy got all his panties all in a wad because the pockets were too big. Oh no! And I ended up deleting my Reddit account because of that and other toxic people on there. I will have you know that the table has now been redone. I actually had the rails. The guy actually put extra wood into them and more facings, and redid the cushions to diamond rubber. So the side pockets are 5 inches, the corner pockets are 4.5 inches, and the rubber is diamond rubber. So this is the same cut and rails as a Diamond Pro Cut table. This is a Brunswick table. It's a Brunswick Glenwood. It's an 8-foot, but it is the closest thing you could get to a diamond table without spending $7,000 and having a diamond table. I thought about getting rid of this one and then putting a diamond 7-foot in, but I like to play on 9-foots. I like to play on 8-foots. I don't really like to play on 7-foots as much. So I decided to stick with this one. I really like the looks of it. I really like the way it plays. It has like the cool like dragon claw legs, and it goes well with what I'm doing. So that's the table. No more complaints about big pockets. These are Diamond Pro Cup pockets. Anything short of a pro tournament will be using these. If you want to whine about it, go find a snooker forum to complain about. But anyway, on to the match. This is a race to 3 against the Ghost. What that means is I break every match, or I break every game. Doesn't matter what happens on the break. I can make a ball. I can not make a ball. I can scratch. I can jump the cue ball off the table. If I make the 8, it spots up, or I can re-break. And then after that, I take ball in hand and try to run either solids or stripes, and then the 8 ball. If I do that successfully, I get 1 point. If I miss at any point, scratch, miss, hit the 8 in the wrong pocket, anything like that, the Ghost wins. So here's a race to 3, and let's get going. I'm hoping the background noise and the background sounds don't come through too much. You should get some of the pool ball noise here. Again, the break doesn't matter. So I am struggling on the break on my table specifically because I think I'm hitting it too hard. I think I need to work on that specifically on my table. I may move over to a second ball break. I had someone at the Wisconsin State Pool Association this last week tell me about it, that he thinks I should break second ball and take some stuff off of it. First shot here, I'm looking at solids, and I believe I under hit this a little bit. Yeah, I wanted to go in between the 15 and the 11 with not this much of an angle, because then I want to go for either the 4 or, get in line for probably the 1 next. I have a really steep angle. I have to spin it into the rail, put more spin than I really want onto it. And as a result, I almost get snookered behind the 4. This is the Aramith Black set, so you'll notice the 4 ball is pink, the 5 ball is purple, the 12 ball is pink, and the 13 ball is purple. This throws people off. For me, it's no big deal. I like the way they play. I like the way they look. So here's what we have. I'll try to get the calls right when I play. Here I'm trying to come out for the 5 and then the 6 and then come back for the other balls. And I'm underhitting things here to start out with. What I did this session as I started out, a number of racks. I played probably 5 or 6 and didn't get through them as I was warming up. It was really cold in my basement this day. We had another cold front come in. So I tend to be underhitting things when I'm playing colder for some reason. I got good on the 6 here. I just need to avoid the 10 coming out. I believe I want to get the 4 in the side here. It looks like I'm actually drawing it because I can't get past the 10 without hitting it. Now, I don't believe the 7 goes in the lower right past the 8. So I have to find some way. I don't know if I have the right angle here. I want to come all the way over to play the 7 in the lower left. I believe I got a little flat on this, so I'm trying to just punch it over. Kind of draw back a little bit. Again, under hitting things because I'm cold here. I needed probably, realistically, would have been better for another 6 inches or so on that draw shot. But I can play in the left, lower left here. Should be able to get a shot on the 8, probably in the left side. Just depends on where I come out. And I almost snooker myself here. I do have it in the upper right. And again, that last shot, under hit it. A little bit cold, trying to, getting warmed up here. I play in a lot of leagues where you have a lot of time to sit between matches and kind of working on that. So I bobbled that one pretty bad, but it's still winning. I hit it at a good pocket speed. And score is me 1, the Ghost 0. This one I purposely took a lot off the break because I wanted to try to make one of the balls on the side. I almost got the 9, but it didn't really work. Looking at this, I could take stripes, and the problem is the 12, or the solids, and the problem is the 4 ball. There also is a problem with the 8 ball here. It does not go past the 6 or the 7. It does go into the side once the 9 is cleared. On the right side, it does go into the upper left corner if I could clear out that pocket. Almost dropped the cue ball right into the cluster there, and then you wouldn't have seen this video. So I'm kind of just looking around to see what I can do here, what I can get out of the way. I want to address this 12 and 4 first. And I decided to go for the 15, try to break the 12 out. I also have the 10 on the bottom for insurance. So I'm going to play pretty much straight top on this. And hopefully just float down to the rail. And that was just about as perfect could be. I hit the 10 head on to double kiss it. The 11 or the 12 went straight down. And now I have a way to just basically play a stop shot on the 12, and I can play the 10 to come out. By the way, leave a comment. Let me know if you enjoy commentary like this. This was a couple of weeks ago, and I've done a lot of training and played in WISPA. I didn't do too great at WISPA, but WISPA is Wisconsin State Pool Association state yearly tournament for teams and Scotch doubles. Scotch doubles, we went 2-2 out in the losers round, and teams we went 0-2 out in the first 2 rounds. So here I wanted to come around for the 14 or the 11, and I got pretty much right in the 5 is snookering both in a kind of a weird way. I could probably play the 14 here and come back, but I decided just to play the 9. I wanted to draw back past the 8 and not hit anything, kind of get in between the 8 and the 5 here. Just not really in between them, just kind of float in the middle of the table there. Instead, I hit it a little off, and I just grazed the 8 ball there. I moved it, probably half an inch, but, well, spoiler alert. You'll see what happens. Now I can do the 14. Depending on how I land on the 13, I could do that first and then the 11, or I could do the 11 first and then the 13. I hit this pretty good. To just do a stop shot on the 13 down in the lower left and then come off the 11 to go to the 8 in the right side. Now I hit that a little thick to the pocket, so the cue ball didn't move really where I wanted it to, and now I'm forced with the one, faced with the 1 ball in the way. I don't know if I should follow it here and try to go off the 1. So instead, I just tried to avoid the 1 altogether, tried to, avoid hitting balls whenever possible and just punch it over. I really wanted it like right on the Brunswick, as they say, but I missed it by almost a full diamond. And now I have a little tougher shot in the side. You'll notice if it was a half inch over, what would happen here. Everyone close their eyes on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes. Okay, now I can open them. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. The pocket must have moved out of the way and got the ball, but that's one for the ghost. I probably should have made that shot. I'll blame the wind or the sun is in my eyes. Hit this one a little harder. I have a huge problem on my break, losing control of the cue ball, not hitting it straight. It has to do with my technique, and I'm working on it. We'll just say that. Here, solids look pretty good. The 5 is a little bit of an issue. The 3 is a little bit of an issue, but I can get that out with ball in hand right away. The 14-12 doesn't really go in the side for stripes, so if I wanted to do that, I would have to break that out, plus deal with the 3 ball. So here, I want to get the 3 out of the way and go from there. And pro tip, don't put yourself in a spot with ball in hand where you can't bridge the ball. Do not bridge over ball with ball in hand unless absolutely required. So I move it over a little bit and take the better shot. Here I was just coming out for the 1. Unfortunately, I have this gift of getting absolutely straight in on the ball. So I decided not to try to draw this out because it would be tougher and I might not get as good as I am on the 4, so I figured just take the 4. My goal here is to hit the 10 full. But if I don't, I have the 6's insurance, and I didn't hit it full, and I have the 6's insurance. 6 is a little goofy because I have to try to come off the rail and not hit the 1 and still leave myself for a shot in the 1. And as you can see here in a second, I wanted to draw it, and because I tried to draw it, I missed the ball. Got good position, but that's going to be that. So the ghost is up 2-1. I don't know what's going to happen. Actually, I do know what's going to happen here, but let's see what happens here. This is game number 4. It's a race to 3, so ghost down the hill here. I took a lot off of that, mostly just to control the cue ball, try to get a good break. And because I took a lot off of it, the 11-3-4, the 9-3-4 in the middle, right by the spot there, is kind of a giant ugly mess. If I go for solids, I have to break that out. I could use the 4, play it in the lower left corner, break the 3 out, but I don't really have a good insurance ball from there. The 11 is also a problem for stripes. So I decide to play the 11 and then use the 15 to break the 9 out. So this is almost like a straight pool leave. I just want to, kind of middle of the table-ish here on the 15. It's a little flat on the angle, but I do have enough to break this 9 ball out, and then I can float down for the 14, or I can stay there for the 12 on the side, either one. Unfortunately, the 4 went in and didn't screw me up there, so I can take that out. Probably want to go up for the 10 ball. If I spin it a little bit with some right spin, actually a lot of right spin, I should be able to land on it. The problem is it's kind of a steep angle here, so I should have looked at this differently because this is kind of a mess here. It looks like the 10 goes in the side. This is not an easy shot at all because the cue ball is so close. So now I don't really have the 12. I have the 13, but it's kind of an angle going away. So let me pause this for a second. In my head, I should have looked at this a little bit further, but in my head I thought all I need to do is get the cue ball to go around the 6, between the 6 and the top rail, and then come around, and even if I hit one of the balls, the 5 or the 7 or even the 2, I should be able to get on the 10 okay. I don't know how I feel about this shot. It worked. You'll see. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Probably took too big of a risk here. But as you can see, it's going to come out and hit the 2 perfectly and give me a shot on the 10. You'll notice my walls are a little short. I do use a 3-inch extension on my cue for most time, just because of the way my stance is and my arm and leg length. I need to be towards the back of the cue, and it just makes it feel a little bit better. Here, I want to go forward down below the 8 to play the 12 on the side, but I hit the point and I bounce out and almost miss the 10 and almost get snookered on the 8. This is the kind of stuff that happens when your opponent's on the hill, so might as well go for it. Here, I don't think I can hold for the 9 in the lower right, so I look at the, kind of measure out the angle for playing the 9 in the upper, or the middle left. Or center left, as you guys call it in England. Center, middle, left, center, middle, side. And I'm still a little cold here, so underhit it. It does not go in the upper left past the 1, so I have to play it in the side. The problem is this cloth is really, it's pretty fast. It's Simonis 860 HR, so it's a little bit slower than 860, but it's still relatively new. I don't play on it as much as like a pool hall would. So I didn't want to follow it because I didn't want to get like behind the 2 and the 5 up there. So I decided to punch it with some draw, and you'll see I almost slid past into a bad position, but it came out pretty good. So there we are, Hill Hill. Who will win this final deciding game number 5? I mean, you may know based on the fact that I uploaded this. Again, lost the cue ball on the break, but again, it's not about the break in this game. It's more about the runouts. If you guys want to watch me do break practice where I break 10 in a row and then my neck hurts and I can't break anymore, then stay tuned to another video. This table's kind of a mess. Everything's kind of pointing down towards the lower right corner as far as stripes go. The 6 ball is in the way, kind of, unless the 10, I get the 10 out. Solids, the 6 doesn't have a pocket. The 7 is kind of goofy. Yeah, maybe not, but what I'm measuring up here is if the 11 goes past the 10, so I can get one of these balls out of here. Looking back, maybe look at playing the 9 up in the upper left and then the 10 and come around for the 11. Although I think after this 10 ball, the 9 does go in the lower right. It's hard to tell. Now I know why commentators say it's hard to tell from the booth. It is hard to tell from this angle. And it was so long ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, that I don't remember the exact layout. All I wanted to do there is not hit the 6 because that would have been really bad. Here I could take the 9 and draw into the 4, leaving me on the 15 really well. Or I could take the 15, but the 8's in the way. Or I could take the 13 and come back, but that's kind of risky too. So I'm going at the 9, trying to draw into the 4. And I just barely missed hooking myself behind the 4. And now I'm looking at what do I do here? Do I take the combo? Do I take the 15 on off angle and try to get back on like the 14 on the side? That was the plan here. But as an 8 ball, you know, leaving yourself options is always good. Almost missed the 15 here, and because I hit it so far to the bottom side of the pocket or right side of the pocket, I'm on basically this bad angle on the combo. Looking at it though, I think I should have taken the combo here, taken the 12 to the 14. The 12 is going to head down to this, probably a second diamond on the right rail, and then I basically just have to play a stop shot, and I have the 13 as insurance. But instead, I decided to come back and try to get right on the 14 without having to do the combo. I think this is a little too risky for this table. I hit it well, but I'm back in this same conundrum where I'm almost at the same angle. So now I don't have a way to leave the 12 on the rail. I actually have to hit it past the 6 and hope it comes out for a shot. Which it does. Here, depending on how I'm feeling, I could draw it to the left rail and hold it there, but it looks like the angle's pretty thin to that, so I basically just try to aim for the second diamond on the left rail and draw it back out to right about where the 12 ball is right now. There's a number of ways to get on this ball. And that works just about perfectly. It's all over but the sinking of the 8 ball and the crying of the opponent. No scratch, cue ball stops, And that's it. That's the. I think I actually. We'll need to verify the score here for validation purposes. And there it is, 3-2. I beat the Ghost. I'm looking to do some more of these, maybe some 9-ball, maybe some 10-ball. 10-ball is tricky, as everyone knows who's tried to play 10-ball against the Ghost. That may not happen. I think the 9-ball against the Ghost was a race to 7, so I may do maybe a race to 5 to keep the video a little bit shorter. The other thing I may do is I have a friend who I've been training with a lot, and he's going to be my league partner for the spring and probably the summer at Royal Mines in Milwaukee. I may play some matches against him. He and I have done a number of Salado matches. We may do one, maybe a 9-ball. If we do a 9-ball, it'll probably be a race to 7. I give him probably 3 games weights. My Fargo as of today is 649. His is 500. So based on your standard handicaps, I'd be giving him 2 to 3 games weight anyway. And that seems to work out well for both of us, putting some pressure on. If you want to see something like that, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.